Oh, hello and welcome to the better late than never Burt Locker Casuals Guide to UFC Vegas 78. If you're new to this, I am Burt. This is the Burt Locker. I do fight recaps, fight previews, terrible bets, all that good stuff. This video in particular is a casuals guide to UFC Vegas 78 because I respect casuals, right? Because they have lives, they've got stuff to do, right? You don't want to spend 2-3 hours watching a fight preview video of the entire card. I can get the whole card done. Bits of information on every single fighter, every single fight in 15 to 20 minutes. How does that sound? That sounds good, right? Because you've got stuff to do. Your dance card is full. And I respect that. And I respect casuals. Casuals built the sport. Casuals unite. This is the Casuals Guide to UFC Vegas 78. Okay. Going to start off in the ladies flyweights. Juliana Miller taking on Luana Santos. Now Miller, she's inexperienced. She had a good win against Brogan Walker a couple of months back, but then again, who hasn't these days? And Luana, she's 5-1. She's got good submissions. I'm going to go with Luana by submission in that one. Got Damon Blackshear taking on Brady Highstand in the 135-pound division. 5'10" plays 5'8" with a 1-inch reach for Blackshear. Now Blackshear, I'm a fan of. He got battered by Basharat, but to be fair, Basharat's really, really good. And he's just looking to get back into the win column. So he's a little flat on the feet because he generates an awful lot of power. Because the trade-off for losing that kind of bounciness is he does generate a ton of power. And I'm a big fan of that. He's got nasty ground and pound as well. Very big, very physical. Big fan of Damon Blackshear. Now, you've got Brady Highstand. He was the finalist who fought... Tertius, I forget what his name is. Tertius. I think it's Tertius. Anyway, he lost in the final. He trains with Chiesa. He has a similar style. Wrestle, ground and pound, that top game. Good top game. I like Blackshear in this one. I do think he's probably got the better stand-up. I think he's probably a bit more physical. But look, Brady's got good wrestling, though. So, look, we'll see how Blackshear is off his back if it goes there. Jacqueline Amorim taking on Montserrat Sin Conejo. Mexican, so I'm assuming that's how you say it. Oh no. Amorim, she's a very aggressive grappler. Very aggressive. Very aggressive off the back as well. 5 first-round submissions. Knee bars, arm bars. She is slick as hell. Conejo, 10th planet, purple belt. That's pretty good, right? National selection Olympic team for wrestling. So for Olympic wrestling, that is. She's not fought since 2021. That's a little bit of an issue. For me, I think this is an interesting fight. Both of them are very good grapplers. I do think I'm going to lean towards Amorim just because she's managed to get 5 first-round submissions in her first 5 fights. That's 6 fights, 5 submissions, 5 in the first round. That's brilliant. Plus, she has been more active recently. So Amorim by submission for me in that one. Josh Parisian then takes on Martin Buday in Slovakia. Not in Slovakia, from Slovakia. 265-pound heavyweight division. 6'4", plays 6'4" with a 2-inch reach for Parisian. Now Parisian, he's a big lump. He's got good ground and pound, questionable cardio and speed. But don't let him get comfortable. He's from West Virginia as well. I'm a fan of that. Don't ask me why. Bidet is the Slovakian. He's very similar to Parisian, honestly. He's a big guy, hits hard, questionable cardio. This one isn't the best talent-wise, but I'll take Bidet just because he's younger and he's only lost to 1 time. Francis Marshall then takes on Isaac Dulgarian, in the 145-pound division. 5'9", plays 5'7", with a 1-inch reach for Marshall. Now, Marshall's got a patchy record so far. He's got some decent submissions, but he's just been very up and down. He's struggling to find his footing a little bit. Dulgarian is called the Midwest Chopper, and I hope that is a homage to Mark Brandon Chopper Reed. That would be pretty nice. He's very good. 5 fights, 5 finishes, no losses. Okay, so the UFC is a step up in competition. He's never fought in the UFC before. He's only fought on the regionals, but I'm still going to go with Midwest Chopper here just because he's undefeated. I think I like him by submission to even up his KO submission record to 3 apiece. That's as good a reason to throw money away as any. Now you've got Terrence McKinney taking on Mike Breeden in the 155-pound division. 5'10", plays 5'10", with a 3.5-inch reach for McKinney. Now McKinney, he's very good. He's got very good striking. He tends to get overexcited and tries to get the finish. See the Drew Dober fight. He got overexcited, thought he was going to finish Dober and just didn't get it in the end. He started his career well. He lost two, but to Bonfim and Sadiokov. So, look, there's no shame in either of those losses, really. All 13 wins for McKinney, I would point out, are finishes. He either wins spectacularly or loses devastatingly. So, either way, he is must-watch TV. Big fan of Terence McKinney. Breeden, he's not looked great in his first UFC run. He's on 2 losses. He does have 8 knockouts out of 10 wins on the regional scene though. So he clearly does have power. He's got 5 losses though. That's not brilliant. This is more in McKinney's wheelhouse, I think. He's been given a couple of real studs, and now he's being given not a gimme. He's being given a mulligan. I should call him Mike Breeden the Mulligan, because he's I don't know. Watch him go ahead and win now. I like McKinney here, knockout. Breeden's never been subbed. Just in case you want to put any bets on a submission, Breeden has never been submitted. So. Guys, do with that information what you will. JP Buys taking on what looks to be his grandfather, Marcus McGee. Good lord, 135 pound division. So 5'5" players, 5'8", 2-inch reach for McGee. JP has had a rough last few fights. He's on 3 straight losses, 1 to Bruno Silva, not the middleweight. I had to double check that because I was like, man, these guys are fighting 135 pounds. How is he fighting Bruno Silva? Bruno Silva's massive, but no, it's a different Bruno Silva. He did get a good he did get a good guillotine on the Dana White Contender Series. That's where I remember him from. He needs a win here, though. He needs a win here if he wants to stay in the UFC. McGee is 33, and I do not believe that for a second. That is a fake passport, or how much crack has he done? I'd say a lot. Look at him. He looks like he's going to pull out a switchblade from you. Good lord. Anyway, he's 33. He's only had 8 fights. Look, he must be doing something right because he's only lost it once. He's won mostly by knockout. All 7 wins are finishes. You know what? I like this dude. I like his energy. This guy should be fighting for the BMF title. Look at that BMF energy that he brings, because he might smash a bottle on the side and stab it in your neck. That's the kind of energy that he brings. I respect that. I respect it a lot. McGee, by knockout. Why the hell not? So then we move on to the main card. If you like this content, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, lets you know when all the episodes drop. Sometimes I post them late. This is a very late one for me. Normally I'll get this out way quicker. So, you know what, I'm not even going to apologise for that because I have a life, you know. Either way, we have a lot of fun on the channel. So if you want to get involved, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I might read them. But as I said, I do have a life, so probably not, if I'm honest. So then we move on to Josh Fremd taking on Jamie Pickett in the 185-pound division. 6'4", plays 6'2", with a 6-inch reach for Pickett. Now, Fremd, he had a tough entry to the UFC. Hernandez and Gore, he lost both. But he showed he had submissions last time. He got Dumas in a lovely, lovely guillotine. It really was very, very slick. He's very tall. He's got long, choky arms, is what I would say. Now, Pickett is a stud, but he keeps getting matched against monsters. Bo Nickel cruised through him, didn't he? But this fight should be a little bit more even. Don't sleep on his power. He's very athletic and strong. Pickett by knockout for me. Then you've got AJ Dobson taking on Tafon Shukwi from Cameroon. 185-pound division. Again, a lot of middleweights on this card. 6'1", plays 6 foot with a 1-inch reach for Nashukwu. AJ Dobson, he was on the Dana White's Contender Series. He got a nice rear naked choke. Both of his UFC fights he has since lost. He needs to find some form in this one, otherwise he's going to get the boot. A couple of nasty losses for Nashukwu as well. His last one was a loss to Olberg, who's the 205-pounder out of City Kickboxing in Australia. Very, very good. But outside of those nasty losses, he does have a good KO rate and he does have good power. Now, the winner keeps his job here for me. And I think Tafon Nashukwu should have more power. I'm going to roll the dice on the power there, but it's a coin toss if I'm totally honest. Poliana Viana taking on Yasmin Lucindo. Ladies strawweights. 5'5", plays 5'3", with a 1-inch reach for Viana. Now, Viana Poliana, she's very fun to watch. She's got crazy eyes. Real crazy. She looks like she might kill you in your sleep. That's the kind of vibe she gives off. She's a killer in the cage as well. 13 wins, 13 finishes. She does not mess about. She's good in every area, particularly her armbar. She's got a very slick armbar from her guard. It's very, very good. So watch out for that. Lucinda is much more straightforward in that she will charge straight forward for you and she throws hands, and I respect that a lot. She's got like those kind of traps that's like, yeah, you can tell all she does is just like throw hooks, try to murder people. She does get the knockout quite a lot as well. She's pretty good. I like this one. This is a very good fight. Very good fight. I might even say it might be fight of the night. Stylistically, this is very, very fun. I think Polyana has more ways to win it, so for that reason I'm going to take Polyana by armbar. Fun fight. As Dana White always says, you didn't know, so you know now, and that's not it, is it? Anyway, moving on. Khalil Roundtree takes on Chris Daukaus in the 205-pound division. 6'1", plays 6'3", with a half an inch reach for Roundtree. Now, Roundtree is an absolute killer. He's got great kicks, lots of power. Look at what he did to Gokhan Saki. Go back and watch that. He murdered him. He also broke Bukowskis' leg. It was nasty with those really nasty knee stomp kicks. When this dude came back from Thailand, I believe his first fight after that was Eric Anders, and he looked absolutely sensational. He's just got like, he's loosened up. He's got a really fluid, lovely Thai kickboxing style. Brilliant power. When Roundtree is on form, he is difficult to beat. He is a beast. Now, Daukaus is a former heavyweight, right? In this division should be a little bit better for him because he was undersized at heavyweight. Although, what I would say is his best attributes, he seemed to have very good straight punches. Straight punches are the fastest punches. A to B, quickest point, straight punches. That's what he excelled at. 1-2s, just straight punches down the pipe, just outspeeding his opponents. He's also got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. We haven't seen too much of that. One thing I would say is the problem with going down to 205 is that speed advantage that he had at heavyweight going to translate to light heavyweight. I'm not convinced that it does. For me, I do think that Khalil Roundtree is more versatile on the feet because I think that he can win it in kicking range and potentially in boxing range, whereas I think Daukaus has to get this into boxing range, either that or take it to the ground and use his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But for me, I'm taking Khalil Roundtree by knockout in that one. Cub Swanson then takes on Hakeem Dawodu in the 145-pound featherweight division. 5'8", plays 5'8", with a 3.5-inch reach for Dawodu. Cub is still going strong. He's one of the most exciting guys on the roster. He's a legend of the sport. He's no doubt going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's got really good striking. That spinning back kick he got on Elkins, it wasn't even that long ago. It was really, really good. He's got a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which really frees up his striking quite a lot. He's a veteran. He's good everywhere. He has been getting caught in the striking recently, though. The body shot against Giga Chikadze was a nasty one. Yeah, he's always going to have fun fights, though. And this one should be a good one because Dawodu, he's a very strong kickboxer, very strong Muay Thai style, heavy leg kicks. This could be a real issue because actually in his last fight, Cub Swanson was stopped with leg kicks. So let's see how his legs have recovered. For me, as much as it breaks my heart, I want Cub Swanson to win. Dawodu by knockout for me would be the safer bet. Then you have the main event of the evening. Vicente Luque taking on Rafael dos Anjos in the welterweight division. So you've got 5'11", playing 5'8", with a 5.5-inch reach for Luque. That is a big old reach advantage because he is a big old boy, to be fair. Luque is a killer. He's big for 170. He was on a 4-fight win streak until he ran into Belal Muhammad, and then Jeff Hands of Steel O'Neill caught him with a good one. But outside of that, Luque's got very good power. He's very dangerous on the ground as well. Underrated on the ground. His Darce choke is absolutely sickeningly good. So you need to watch out for that. He pulls it out a fair bit as well. Rafael dos Anjos, what can you say? He's a legend. Hall of Famer for sure. Former lightweight champion, great boxing, great jiu-jitsu, great cardio. He's not weak anywhere. He can sometimes get outworked and outpowered, but that's only because he's 38 and he isn't huge for that division. Jesus Christ, I thought he was older than 38, if I'm totally honest with you. He's had a hard paper round, hasn't he? Jesus Christ. Look, he's still winning as well. 3 out of his last 4 he is won. So it's not like he's still hanging around just losing every fight. He's won 3 out of his last 4. His last fight against Barberena, he neck cranked him until Barberena gave up. That was fantastic. So for me, as much as I think dos Anjos still has it, I think that Luque is probably the most dangerous guy that he's fought in a little while. More dangerous than Barberena, certainly. He's bigger, he's more powerful. I think the knockout is most likely. One thing I would say is that I was pointing to that Darce choke. Dos Anjos has never been submitted. Is this the time? You might be able to get some really good odds on that because, as I say, that D'Arce choke of Vicente Luque is really, really good. But then again, there's a reason that Dos Anjos has never been submitted. It's because he is bloody good on the ground. And that is the entire card in just about 15 minutes, almost bang on. So yeah, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see my videos when they come out. We always have fun here. I'll recap all these. I'm going to be doing some terrible bets tomorrow, so I'll be putting my money where my mouth is and putting some awful bets down, usually some parlays, just a bit of fun, honestly. And yeah, until next time, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.